In May of 2008, I decided to take a vacation to the Dominican Republic. The prospect of fun in the sun, breakfast buffets, pina coladas, and tiki torches was just a few hours away. Arriving at the hotel, all of my expectations seemed to come true. How wonderful it was to finally be in paradise. How did I not know that just 5 minutes from my perfect holiday was the real Dominican Republic? I ventured beyond the hotel gate and met Yobani, a 22-year-old moto concho. I asked him to stop at the first bar we saw, called Passions. A young girl sat at the bar with us and we had a good laugh. I assumed she was a friend of Yobani's, but 30 minutes later she handed me a menu and it wasn't just drinks they were serving, but a variety of sexual acts for sale by the girls themselves, most of which were undoubtedly under 16. I looked around and the bar was full of middle-aged European white men. Out on the street, Yobani pointed out the many alleys and corners where European tourists come by the thousands each year to exploit teenage prostitutes. In the Dominican Republic, there are approximately 200,000 professional prostitutes, and about 25,000 of them are between 12 and 17 years old. I invited my new friend Yobani to my hotel for dinner, but native Dominicans are banned from tourist resorts and restaurants. I decided if I were to make friends there, I would have to go to his neck of the woods. 20 miles from Sosua, where I stayed, Yobani lives in Sabaneta de Cangrejo. Here, houses are made from sticks, garbage bags, tarps, and scrap metal. Communities have no running water, no electricity, and no plumbing. Lush fields and tropical rainforests are made undistinguishable by the thick layers of garbage and debris that has no other place to go. Rivers serve as toilets, dumpsters, and bathing water. This is Yobani's family property, and the field is a tin-roofed barn. Inside, a cardboard wall divides 2 rooms where Yobani and the Rodriguez family of 7 lives. Pigs, chickens, wild dogs, and cats roam outside. A pastor holds the family business. 300 cows and bulls. There is no plumbing at home but an outhouse 50 meters beyond the house, and fresh water comes from a spigot supplied by a well in the earth. A lonely power line reaches the house. It supports a small TV whose 5 channels were controlled that week by President Lionel and his re-election campaign. This was a big day for Nigeli. Bath time. Long days are spent feeding the animals, sweeping the dirt floors, hand washing laundry, and of course, cooking. A big treat for the family was crab night. We had the crabs along with rice, beans, and queso frito, or fried cheese. During my time with the Rodriguez family, I used my talents to brighten up the cardboard wall in their home. Together, we painted a mural in the main room inspired by images of the sea. The Rodriguez family embraced me and offered me food and shelter. In return, I offered them all of the clothes I had in my suitcase. I was adopted by the Rodriguezes and became part of the family. On my last day in Dominica, I headed down to the beach with Yobani and his cousins through the cow pasture. Suddenly, Moreno, a cousin who was my age, did a cartwheel on the dirt path. We all broke into hysterical laughter, and my eyes filled with tears. I began to cry from sadness and joy. This is a land where, despite poverty and suffering, people still get joy and laughter from the simple things in life. There is an innocence and childlike attitude in my new brothers here, something I lost long ago back in the States. Saying goodbye was impossible to do, and I made a promise to Yobani he could visit me in New York. Little did I know that the United States makes it virtually impossible for any Dominican citizen to be granted access to the land of the free. The amount of documents and money needed for Yobani to be granted a passport would take years. As a parting gift, I gave Yobani my iPod and the jacket off of my back. I returned back to my normal life in New York City. Two days later, I received a phone call from Yobani. The Dominican Mafia had been to the Rodriguez house, stolen the iPod and about $30. They shot Yobani's cousin in the chest and left him for dead. The family was hysterical, everyone in shock. Had I caused this? Was it my fault? During my stay, Yobani mentioned that my presence could cause problems with the local mafia once I had left, because they would assume he had received money from me. I never took him seriously. This is just the beginning of my story with the Rodriguez family.